Hello friends, Jonathan Neal here, and I just wanted to share with you today a little tip that I use for yoga, but it's also something that I find is very useful in just building better posture and even when I go to the gym or do other calisthenics or any other kind of workout. And it's really about the idea of foundation. Anytime we're standing, whether it's an exercise in the gym or a yoga posture, the most important part is what our feet are doing, because if that's the foundation, just like the foundation of any building, if the foundation is off, then no matter how well constructed the building is, it'll start to shift and start to have abnormalities and start to break apart. So in the same way, even if I have really good posture, say from the waist up, I'm lifting my ribs a bit and drawing in my abdominals, I got my chin tucked. If my feet are wonky, then it's going to translate into my hips, and there's no way that I can possibly get all the way aligned without that. So I always start from the foundation first, and we'll build the pose up from then. So a simple exercise that you can do to notice the importance of active foundation rather than just kind of, I like to call it being floppy in the pose or in the exercise. So the first thing I want you to do is just to stand on your mat or on the ground. You can do this anywhere, simple thing. And look at your feet first. And then we're just going to see, most people, what you'll see is this. You see that kind of, what we call the duck foot with the turned out feet. What we want to get is ideally, I'd say about 6 to 8 inches, depending on the width of your hips and what feels right to you. But more important than how wide is just looking and seeing that they line up. It's like the tires on your car. If you looked at your car and the tires pointed like this, you could be pretty sure that if you drive that car over a long enough period of time, even if it's just a small bit, that you're going to get some vibration and some damage running through there. And over time, again, that'll become worse and worse as things get looser and looser, and the same thing happens here. So we want to make sure that the tires on our car are parallel in alignment, they even call it. And then really connect also with the feet. You're going to have to feel your way into your feet. And notice if there's any little micro changes. If you feel some of the bones maybe tucking under on one side, just notice if you can get each foot to feel about the same on the ground. And then once you have that, this exercise, you're just going to let yourself just be floppy. Just kind of. And then without changing anything else, notice how your whole body reacts when you just push into your feet a little bit. And then again, kind of relax, just flop. And then just slowly and gently press into your feet. Notice what your hips, what your spine, and your chest and ribs do. And then again, one more time, just go a little bit floppy here. And then again, push. And so that feeling that you notice how when I push into my feet, everything else kind of reaches up, is what is sometimes referred to as rebounding. The idea that if I put pressure down, according to physics, an equal and opposite reaction has to occur. So when I gently just push into my feet, even a little bit, it sends that energy straight up my body, and that causes all the rest of my body to lift, instead of being in that floppy and sinking, ribs sinking into the belly and hips sinking into the legs. Everything can just lift, and only from that one cue. So instead of having to think about each little part, I can just give my feet a gentle push, and that'll take me pretty close, at least, to a good alignment. So with that, we can also look at how that works in, say, a simple yoga posture. So, for instance, if I'm down here and I'm in my high lunge prep, and I see this a lot as a teacher, and I've done this plenty of times also as a student, is that we get into this pose, and then people try to rush up, and they'll get kind of wobbly, because again, our foundation, we just stepped forward and then came right up, and there was no time spent on trying to create that strong foundation. So for me, it's more about stepping forward, take a moment here, and then even try this on your own, just get into this posture, and then notice, just kind of let yourself be floppy in it. And then again, without changing anything else, just push into your feet. And you'll notice that even though I'm not in a straight standing posture, just by pressing into my feet, my spine gets longer and straighter. The other benefit is that now that I'm pushing in, I'll feel all my thigh and hip muscles engaged, so that when I come up, it's with control. And then when I come down, again, I'm still pushing gently into my feet, just a little bit of activity. So the idea, one of the things that I get out of this, I always like to draw metaphorical conclusions from yoga poses and from our body. But one of the ideas is that it's not necessarily about how it looks or about the posture or the exercise. You can watch someone do something or see something in a magazine, and it won't really tell you very much about what that person's actually doing. So I could stand like this, and it might look good in a picture or in this video, but it won't tell you whether I'm floppy or pressing. And that internal quality, whether I'm in just an easy standing pose or whether I'm in a chair pose, if I'm just sitting in this chair pose, as opposed to if I'm actively engaging and pressing and lifting my toes, the effect of that pose is going to be very, very different. But not because of the posture, not because of the exercise, but because of what I'm bringing into it. So it's never about the pose, it's never about the exercise, it's never about your current circumstances in any aspect of life. It's always, always, always about what you bring to that pose, to that exercise, or to your position in life. And by bringing more than the position automatically just demands of us, that's how we grow into more. But if we just do the pose, then we're only going to get more of the same. So we've got to move beyond that by bringing our own energy into whatever it is that we're doing. So I hope you like this video. If you have any questions or comments about anything I covered, please go ahead and post those below. I'll do my best to get back to you. If you really liked it and you want to see more of this kind of stuff, please subscribe. Other than that, you guys, again, my name is Jonathan Neal. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Have a wonderful day. And remember to set your foundations.